What if a child dreamed of being something other than what society had intended? What if the child aspired to be something greater? These are the words spoken by Russell Crowe, who plays Jor-El in the upcoming Superman movie, Man of Steel. This teaser trailer was released at Comic-Con over the past few days, and people are talking about it. We can talk about the trailer all we want. I'm not really here to talk about the trailer per se. I'm here to talk about what that simple phrase means for the movie and for us, the viewer. Although I will say this about the trailer, it sounded like Jor-El was not talking as to Superman in the movie. It feels like that was meant for us. The message was meant for the viewer. So I don't think he's going to be saying that in the actual movie itself, but I could be wrong, but it's just a theory at this point. So Jor-El tells us, what if we dreamed to be something other than what people think that we should be? Now, as children, all of us we want a sense of adventure. We want a life that is completely unique and completely different. Something that is special and that will never ever come again. What if we aspired ourselves to actually do such a thing? To be greater than we are. To be, well, in a word, super. This really tells us the tone of what this movie is going to be about. Yes, it is going to deal with the origins at some part. I've heard stories about some good portion, maybe like 20 minutes or so, will actually be based on Krypton, about the war. It's just going to be about a 20-25 minute prologue as to what happened, just so we cover all the bases of what Krypton is, who Zod is, who's Jor-El, who's Kal-El, why was he sent to Earth, all that stuff. So he comes to Earth, and seeing this trailer, and after what Jor-El said, it definitely shows us that Clark Kent in this movie is really going to be it's not going to be about becoming Superman and defending Earth. It's more about, who am I? What should I do with my existence? I have these gifts, I have these powers. What must I do with them? What do I want to do with them? How can I be better than I was the other day? What we have here is more of an identity, trying to find one's identity. I think that's what Clark Kent is going to do here in this movie. I gotta say, this, with the trailer and all, it feels a lot like Batman Begins, as Superman is he's coming into his own right now, and he's trying to figure out, okay, where have I come from? Why am I here? Why is anybody here? What is the purpose of my existence? What can I do to make life unique? What is the one thing that makes me special? Obviously, we all know what that is for Clark Kent, but in this movie, I don't think he's gonna actually get that until later on in the movie. Yes, in the trailer we see him in the Superman suit and flying and everything, but really this movie is about Clark Kent becoming Superman, trying to find himself, trying to identify who he is as a person outside and in. And also in this trailer we see that Clark Kent's Earth father, Jonathan Kent, he stressed that no matter who you are when you grow up, let that person be of good character and judgment. But Jonathan Kent also stresses that if the world were to find out what Clark can do, that the people would feel what they don't understand, and that the world would not be ready for it. But Clark Kent has to come to the decision, has to make a decision. Is the world ready for me? Is it ready for Superman? Is it ready for someone like me? Is the Earth ready for an alien to be among them? This movie is going to be about that. Making the decision to becoming Superman and to becoming the great protector of Earth. And obviously, in this movie, it's not just going to be a simple choice. He's going to be forced to make this decision, as no doubt Zod is going to be a heavy factor into that decision. But going back to what Jor-El said, really it's not just something that Superman has to ask himself, but something that we all have to ask ourselves. That we all dream to be something other than what people want us to be. We all want something special about us. Because I'm a firm believer that every single person has something special inside of them that is unique and it cannot be matched by any other person in existence. Everybody has that one great gift. And the truth is, how do we aspire to grab hold of that and to make it part of our lives? And how do we make ourselves, in a word, super? Clark Kent will become Superman, and that is what this movie is about. Not about him becoming Superman physically, but spiritually and mentally, by looking deep inside within himself and saying, I am Kal-El of Krypton, and I am a Superman.